The chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Justice Simon Mugeni Byabakama, has appealed to the youth to be agents of peace and influence to others with a good cause. Byabakama made this call while addressing the youth from the International Community of Banyakigezi, ICOB, in Kampala.
The Banyakigezi, the young people, the leaders in motion, take the forefront. Be at the forefront of influencing your fellow young people, preaching to them the gospel, the message of responsibility to their country, love for their country. Tell them Uganda can only be what we strive and work for it to be. If we strive and work for it to be progressive, to be stable, to be peaceful, we shall have those. But if we strive to make it unstable, promote violence, sectarianism, and destruction and mayhem, so it shall be.
Byabakama asked the youth to reflect on Uganda's history, which was characterized by political instability, and to be proud of the peace and stability that the country currently enjoys.
Some of us have seen what instability can mean in our country. No sugar, no soap. When we tell you these things, excuse me, sir. Therefore, my fellow citizens, when we talk of you, or talk to you, and appeal to you to be real participants.
He reminded them of the dangers of hate speech, instability, and violence, which can lead to fewer opportunities and investment.
However, when a country is unstable, when a country is not peaceful, those who seek to invest may be put off or discouraged by the unstable environment. Now, when, as young people, we allow ourselves to engage in acts of violence that will cause instability, mayhem, destruction of infrastructure in our country, it puts off both international and local investors.
Chairperson also encouraged the youth to participate in the forthcoming general elections to promote democracy, emphasizing that they are the pillars of tomorrow.
That democracy is not merely a spectator sport. It thrives when we all show up, young or old. When we participate, and when we question processes and interrogate them. Your voice, your vote, your values, they all matter.
During the interaction, youths raised concerns about the false narratives that young people are perpetrators of violence.
Where is the peaceful elections happening? Where is it happening in Uganda? We need to know. And we are constantly told that civic participation is not just during the electoral process of voting, right? It's the 5 years before and the 5 years after these processes. But in between, we are met with violence, but then again, we are blamed. They are telling us, oh, it's because you're jobless, they are paying you to destabilize this country. Who? You've raised us, our people, you've raised us to be these people who are talking back to you. We have not inherited the silence of the fathers before us and our mothers. We are going to talk. So young people are not violent. That narrative has to change.
The event was attended by former Prime Minister Ruhakana Rugunda Emeritus and former Chancellor Kampala University, Professor Mondo Kagonyera.
And in any case, young men, I don't want you to be unnecessarily obsessed about being elected into leadership positions. You can actually influence the course of history in your country without even being elected to LC1. Martin Luther King never stood for election, LC1 election. Rosa Parks, you remember those who have read some history. She never stood for anything, but those people changed the history of politics in the United States. Therefore, Don't look at elective offices as the only way you can influence the course of history in your country.
As the elders signed our strategic plan, we would wish the youth Kutula Amale after sharing the final copy.
Naguja Serena, NSTV.